Hello everyone, welcome to Geeky Nerd. Today we will begin the fourth part of the aptitude topic averages. The first three videos dealt with the basics of averages. From this video we will be stepping into the intermediate concepts. We can understand how the basic formulae be extended depending upon the various scenarios. Before proceeding further, I hope everyone would have learned and practiced the problems related to the previous three parts thoroughly. If you have not seen the previous parts, please click on the card or the links in the bio to watch them. It is recommended to complete learning the first three parts thoroughly and start this video. Here, we will see how the overall average gets affected based on the modifications of the observations. Like, share, and subscribe the channel for more interesting concepts and shortcut methods for solving them. Let's get started with the part 4 video of averages, factors affecting average. This concept has 4 individual subdivisions which we will see one by one. If the average of n observations is A, but the average becomes B when one observation is eliminated, then the value of eliminated observation can be determined using the formula n of A minus B plus B. So this concept states that initially there were n number of observations and the average of those observations is A. Suddenly, one of the n observation gets eliminated and the average becomes B. Therefore, to find the value of the eliminated observation, we use the formula n of A minus B plus B. Similarly, if the average of n observations is A, but the average becomes B when a new observation is added, then the value of included or added observation is equal to n of B minus A plus B. Here, initially there were n observations whose average is considered as A, but the average suddenly gets modified to B when a new observation is included. At that time, the value of the added observation will be n of B minus A plus B. The third subdivision is the average of n quantities is equal to x. If one of the given quantities whose value is P and if it is replaced by another quantity of value q, then the average becomes y. In such case, the value of the new quantity q is equal to p plus or minus of n into y minus x. So, as per this subdivision, let the average of n quantities be x. Therefore, number of observations is equal to n. Out of n observation, when one observation is replaced by another, then the observation which is being replaced will be considered as q and will be considered as p, and the new observation will be considered as q. In such cases, the value of the new observation q can be written as q is equal to p plus or minus n of y minus x, where x and y refers to the new average and the initial average, n refers to the number of observations, and p refers to the value that is getting replaced. Here, if the average is getting increased after the replacement, then plus will be used in the formula, and if the average decreases after replacement, minus will be used in the formula. This is one of the most important and a simple concept or subdivision with respect to average. Let us solve some examples to understand this concept. The average runs scored by a batsman in 20 innings is 32. After 21st inning, the average runs become 34. How many runs does the batsman score in his 21st inning? So from the question, it is very clear that number of observations is equal to 21. That is the value of n. So initially the batsman had played only 20 innings. Therefore, at that time, the initial average was 32, which will be considered as A. So after he completed his 21st inning, the new average had become 34, which will be considered as B. The questions ask us to find how many runs does the batsman score in his 21st inning. Therefore, from the concept we learnt, we know that value of added observation can be determined using the formula of n of b minus a plus a. We have found the value of n, a and b from the question. Therefore, substituting in the necessary places, we get the answer as 74. Therefore, batsman scored 74 runs in his 21st inning. So, initially in 20 innings, the average was 32. In his 21st inning, the batsman had scored 74 runs, such that his average got increased to 34. Let us move on to the next question. In a cricket team, the average age of 11 players and the coach is 18 years. If the age of the coach is not considered, then the average decreases by 1 year. Find out the age of the coach. So, in the previous question, we were asked to find the value of the newly added observation. In this question, we are asked to find the value of the eliminated observation. So only the formula differs between both the questions. We will see it now. So from the question, we can get number of observations as 11 plus 1, which is equal to 12. Therefore, since there are 11 players and one coach, the total number of observations is equal to 12. So initially, when both the player and the coach's age was considered, the initial average was 18. But we are not considering the coach's age anymore, and after his exclusion, the new average has become 17. So the ask of the question is to find the age of the coach. We know that value of eliminated observation is equal to n of a minus b plus b. Here total number of observation is n, that is 12. Initial average 18 is a and new average 17 is b. Therefore 12 of 18 minus 17 plus 17, which will give me 12 of 1 plus 17, which is equal to 29 years. Therefore, age of the coach should be 29 years. So initially there were 12 observations and the average of those 12 observations was 18, out of which we eliminated the coach from consideration and the average had dipped down to 17. We had to find the age of the coach. We know that value of eliminated observation is equal to n of a minus b plus b. From the question we found the value of n, a and b. By substituting them in the necessary places, we found out that the age of the coach is 29 years. The average weight of 25 persons is increased by 2 kg if 60 kg weighing person is replaced by another. Find the weight of the new person. So from the question, we can clearly identify that the number of observations is equal to 25. So here the concept is that when there are 25 persons initially, let us assume that the average was x. So initial average is equal to x. Now out of these 25 persons, one person whose weight is 60 kg is replaced by another. So, replacement value is equal to the question mark which we want to find, and the original value is equal to 60. When this replacement has happened, the average has increased by 2. That is, average after replacement is equal to initial plus 2. That is, they have clearly specified that the average of the weight is increased by 2 kg when the replacement has happened. Therefore, let us consider this as y, and y minus x will be equal to 2. That is, average after replacement minus average before replacement is equal to 2. We know that value of replacement can be determined by the formula p plus n of y minus x, where p refers to the original value and the value of replacement can be noted as q. So q is equal to p plus n of y minus x. So here p is equal to 60, that is the value which got replaced, plus number of observations is equal to 25, and the difference is average is equal to 2. Here they didn't explicitly mention it as difference in average, but they had given that upon replacement average gets increased by 2 kg, which means that the average after replacement minus average before replacement is equal to 2. Therefore, 60 plus 50, which will give me 110 kg. So, when a person who is weighing 60 kg gets replaced by another person who is weighing 110 kg, the average gets increased by 2. The average age of 25 boys in a class decreases by 6 months when a new boy takes the place of a 20-year-old boy. Find out the age of the new boy. So here they have given clearly that number of observations is equal to 25, and they have given that when the replacement of a 20-year-old boy takes place, the average age decreases by 6 months. So let us assume that the initial average as x and after replacement average as y. The difference they have given, that is, when the replacement happens, the average decreases by 6 months, which is equal to 6 months. And the value which is getting replaced is equal to 20 years. We need to find out the new replacement value. Therefore, value of replacement, that is q, is equal to p minus of n of y minus x. So why we have written minus here is because when the replacement happens, the average decreases from the initial value. In the previous question, we might have noticed that the average increases because of the replacement, and hence we used plus in the formula. Here, since the average is decreasing, we have made use of minus. We know the necessary values for these parameters from the question. Therefore, substituting we get 20 minus of n is 25, y minus x. So, here, the age is in terms of years and not months. So, we have to convert either p or y minus x such that they become in same terms. Therefore, converting the difference in average in months into years, we get zero point 0.5. 6 months is equal to half a year, and hence we write it as zero point 0.5 years, which is equal to 20 minus of 12.5, which is equal to 7.5 years. So, when a 20-year-old boy gets replaced by a 7.5 years old boy, the average gets decreased by 6 months. Through this video, we learned how the overall average got affected because of the changes in individual observations. We were able to solve problems via the shortcut method, which would have been highly convenient for the viewers. I insist all the listeners to practice solving more and more problems so that you can increase speed of solving, which will be very helpful in your recruitment times. Like, share, and subscribe the channel. Also, convey it to your friends such that they can be benefited. Until we meet in the next video, thank you.